My name is co-composer Jay Lawrence.
Thank you guys. Also, just before we start, any crew or here in the audience, y'all can stand up and a round of applause.
So first of all, Ben, I know that this was a story that you and your sister had envisioned remaking for many, many years. What was the final thrust to sort of go forward and make it your next film masterpiece?
I think it was sort of this feeling that we had kind of, we had this huge sort of opportunity to kind of do whatever we wanted after that movie, and I think that our biggest dream as, people and as filmmakers and artists had a lot to do with just like going on the craziest adventure possible. And then this film was always that adventure, and it was so impractical and it was so impossible. It was always something that we thought we would never have a chance to do. And so, remaking this story was always something that was like, someday maybe we'll have a chance to do this. And then we realized, this was going to happen right now. We had to kind of skip over all the other movies we wanted to make and just go take our shot and kind of make the hardest film that we had ever dreamed of making, basically.
So what about the Peter Pan myth of story sort of appealed to you? What made you want to tackle it again?
I think it's something that as artists, being sort of kind of trying to sort of live for art and for, creative freedom and sort of doing things in ways that are risky and unconventional, you're constantly being told to grow up all the time, or that you will, whether you know it or not, like it's just going to happen. You're going to, at some point, get real, practical. You hear that a lot in your life, and so for that reason, the character, I think, had always stuck with us, and I think that when at the point that we came to making it again, it was this interesting moment where we were, so a lot of the artists that we'd worked with, the people who had, previous filmed with us. Other? No, okay. We were like feeling this tension between, people were growing up, their priorities start to change, and it's like, I think one thing that really struck us about the story that always had bothered me about it was this idea that in order to be like totally free, you also have to be heartless, that you can't care. You have to sort of, that you end up alone. And I think that we wanted to sort of continue this mission to be free, but to do it together, and to do it in a way that, we cared about each other, in a way that, people could, have families, care, do it with heart, and sort of, we wanted to look for a way to kind of be as free as we were when it was all just like, nothing matters, go for it. We wanted to sort of find answers of how to do that through, love and family and sort of a different language, and that sort of led us to Wendy as a character who could lead us sort of into that question, as opposed to Peter, who's just like charging to disaster, basically.
And you talk about the creative family community that you sort of created on these two films. I know that you know Dan a long time as well. Can you talk about how you first met and what your sort of collaborative process is, sort of working on film?
Yeah, absolutely. Ben and I we met in two different ways at the same time. So Ben used to sing in this grunge band in high school, and that band ended up in college becoming a new band called Skeleton Breath, who were a prog band, and I produced them, and they scored one of Ben's shorts, and I engineered it, and that's where Ben and I met first. And then our old friend, my old friend when I was 7 years old, Ray Santori, who was one of Ben's closest close friends, I think, in the audience. Ray, are you here? Oh, he's right here. So Ray asked me to score his short film when we were 22 years old, and he said, and I said, I don't know how to score films. And he said, well, there's this guy, Benh Zeitlin, who he knows how movie music works, and you understand how to make music. So if I put the two of you together on my film, you'll be able to do it. And then so we started working then, and then I did Ben Short with him, Gracie, and then we did these together.
Oh wow! So working on these films together, though, how do you guys sort of work? Is it you come up with a sort of a harmony or a theme, and it just goes back and forth, or are you sort of working together at a piano? Like how does your collaboration work?
Ben's an incredible melody writer, and he comes up with a lot of melodies beforehand, and then we get together and we kind of workshop them together, and then I come up with some melodies, and then we like collaborate on some things. So it's like kind of comes from every direction. But yeah, I mean, it's a very collaborative experience for the two of us.
And Dan's an amazing translator of emotion through music, I would say. And so, like I'll come in with kind of the bones of something, like I'll be able to beat on a table and kind of sing it, and then he sort of is articulating a lot of the nuances of that. And so we'll have a theme, but I'll say like, can this feels like it needs to have a little bit more ominousness and a little bit more sweetness. And he's like, well, is this the ominous sweet chord or is that the ominous sweet chord? I'm like, oh, I think it's that one. So we do a lot of kind of, trying to figure out how to find the exact right emotion. And Dan does a lot of sort of, once we've written the main melodies, really trying to translate the sort of, minutia of emotion through, his brilliant ability to orchestrate and talk.
Before we take some questions from the audience, I do want to ask about casting kids because they're so remarkable, and none of them were professional actors. They're all sort of amateurs. Can you talk about who was the sort of easiest to find out of the bunch, and who was the one that you were most nervous about, or character you were most nervous about?
Well, it was all pretty. I mean, it definitely was it was pretty. It had to start with Wendy. It had to start with Wendy, sort of just to know who the family was, and to know how old she was. There's so much was going to hinge on who she was, and so we really started there before we started. You could even begin casting anybody else in the film, and we cast in this very grassroots way. It all happens, pretty much in South Louisiana, sort of the same region that we cast East and Southern Wild, and the goal is really to find kids who are incredibly talented, but largely just haven't had any kind of access or just encouragement to sort of, there's like a no thought in a lot of, these schools where someone who's as talented as her, someone says, okay, you should pursue acting, you know what I mean? So we're trying to kind of get out there and talk to kids individually and not just the kids who would show up for an audition in the newspaper, the ones who actually, who want to, but whose parents maybe wouldn't ever see that or take them there. And so, we really go looking and we just keep on doing it until we find someone that kind of speaks to the character, and that's thousands and thousands of kids basically. And so it started with her, and then I think the twins, like sort of trying to know that we needed twins was a real challenge. But they were like the most obvious. Is that when they showed up, it was like, wow, I cannot believe we actually found these two kids. And there was a real necessity that not only did they have to be sort of talented actors, and they had to have this like wildness and spontaneity that would make you think that they would actually be kids that would follow Peter if he came knocking on the window. They also had to be like really brave and really able to work in nature, just because of how much the film was shot just in the 40. We were in nature all the time, sort of contending with it. And when we found those twins, they're like, you hang out with these guys and like they see animals where you don't see animals. Like they, you'd be walking along and down the bayou, and they'll just like watch this and like pull an alligator out of the bayou, shove it in your face and throw it back in. They're incredible. So I mean, there's incredible stories behind so many of the kids, but those are fun.
Well, let's take some questions from the audience. You, sir, right there.
Yeah. Do the children's charity that Barry's family funded, do they still get a chunk of what you guys do?
It's a children's hospital.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak to like the money part of that, but you do still submit your script to this children's hospital that got donated the intellectual property, and they read the script and decide whether or not they will approve it. But I don't know how that works in terms of like a chunk.
Any other questions? Oh, you up there, sir.
I think so.
Yes. Yes.
It's wonderful to see a black Peter Pan. I was just wondering if there was any kind of throwback thoughts around how that was presented. And was there any other talk about the decision making of using this young black kid for Peter Pan? Obviously, traditionally in the books, is a little white kid. I think it was fabulous that you did that. Just wondered if it was actually part of the process or just the way the casting showed up.
So the question was basically just casting Peter Pan. How did you sort of find him, and Was his ethnicity sort of part of what you were looking for?
I think that there was a sort of thought, like, as we were, a lot of this film was written as I was scouting these locations. The film was shot in 3 Caribbean islands, primarily Montserrat, Antigua, and Barbuda. I did all the scouting with these local guys that would sort of take me out into the volcanic exclusion zone in Montserrat, which is 2/3 of the island, because there's an active volcano there and it's totally uninhabited, and all those buried cities and rainforests. A lot of those things exist in places you kind of have to sneak into. And I think somewhere in there, the idea developed that Peter Pan would be, in our myth, he would be from Neverland, as opposed to in the original story, he's this British kid who falls out of his stroller and ends up there. And so, part of the idea came from just the internal mythology of the film, and then part of it came from, just sort of seeing myself struggle to navigate these environments and seeing how fluently, people that were from there could just kind of tear through the rainforest, the ash field, the ocean, the cliffs. It was like there was real fluency to navigating the landscapes out there, and it felt like, in our myth, that Peter has been living there by himself for hundreds of years. No one's going to be able to learn that who didn't already have that skill set at that age. And so when we found Peter, he actually he's from Antigua. He lives in a Rasta camp, and basically there's a kind of pack of children that he rolls with in that community every day, and their playground is their forest and is their stream, and sort of seeing him navigate that world so fluently, was really inspiring. And we sort of met him and sort of realized that we could kind of learn how a kid who sort of lived that experience, could learn a lot about who this character would be and how he would live, from him and from his community. And so that was kind of the process of how we ended up there.
Other questions? You sir, right in the front.
I thought it was a beautiful movie, man. It's you're making better Malik movies than Malik is making. What's the next movie?
Oh, easy question. What was the next movie? What's the next movie?
I don't know. I know a little bit. I mean, it's, for me, one film kind of flows into the next one. This one very much flowed out of Beast in a lot of ways, and part of that was, the character of Wendy was very much inspired by Benh Zeitlin, who's plays Hush Puppy, and our experience kind of going from when she was 5-6 years old to around 8-9 years old when we sort of finished the promotion, and seeing the change that happens in kids then, and also like what it's like for a kid to sort of face, suddenly, she was a kid who never thought about acting, and then suddenly it was like, oh, this is your career, now you have a job, and it was like seeing a kid face that, I related to that, and it's sort of, so that character was sort of led us to Wendy in some ways, and I think this film has kind of like led me to what we call the olds in this film. There's sort of background characters in this movie, but I also had incredible relationships and experiences with a lot of people that play the older people in the film, and I think my next film is going to be not like about the olds in this movie, but just kind of about older people, those are the main characters. So that's probably much better.
You, sir, right there.
Oh, thank you so much. So thank you, Jen and Ben. I love this movie so much, and I love the music, especially that theme when the kids are vowing to never grow up, and the brass is playing really strongly. Can you talk a little bit about the development of that theme and how you sort of composed it?
Yeah, that was one that Ben and I was kind of banging around on the piano for a while. It was, we were going through some recordings just to like see what we had for like extra materials, and we found it just like an 18-minute recording of me and Ben, like at first not knowing what the melody was, and then banging it out over the course of 18 minutes. Yeah, I think we just knew we wanted something that felt very strong and almost pioneering, I'd say.
Yeah, there's like an attention to like, it's so that theme is so much about freedom. It's like when he's like a cathartic moment of freedom to sort of express. Well, first Thomas is when he escapes from the diner, and then it repeats itself kind of in moments of like striking out and just feeling this like totally out of control catharsis. And so we always think about like especially with, with both these films, like a kid sort of singing their own theme song, and even what they're doing might not be that spectacular, like they're imagining this sort of huge movie theme behind what's going on, and so we thought a lot about like, wagons into the sunset and horses charging on, trains like flying through, all those sort of things about like we're going for it, we're going out to the unknown, and a lot of that was trying to be expressed sort of with that theme.
But then we also make sure. Oh. Hey, okay. And we always make sure with that kind of stuff, just throw like odd time signature stuff in to kind of off-kilter the rhythm of the beat so that it doesn't feel too like on the nose.
Yeah, we wanted it to feel like dizzying. Also, there's this one thing in that whole sequence, and this is something that I actually learned chasing Joshua around with his friends, is like when kids are playing a completely unstructured play, there's no adult, there's no one kind of making any rules, there's like this momentum, and one game turns into the next game, and into the next game, and into the next game. There's like no breaks or discussion about how it's even changing. So we thought about that a lot, of just like this, the melody and the chords kind of like ratchet around in circles to kind of feel, it doesn't feel like, okay, well, it's done, and now it starts again. It always like rolls around in this kind of perpetual motion. And so that was part of the idea too, is to kind of create these strange time signatures that like, you never feel like you get to the end of it, just always just kind of throwing you forward over and over again.
Also, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
So, you, sir, right there. Yeah.
It's a beautiful movie. I was interested in how you found the tone in the film. Is it such a distinctive part of what makes the movie what it is?
So the question was, how did you find the tone for the film?
I think we thought a lot about it, and I thought a lot about about sort of spontaneity and chaos and pure joy, which I've always find are like some of the hardest things to capture on film. It's like certain things, certain sensations are really easy to capture on film, like pain and like fear, and other ones like taste and smell are like really hard to get. And one of them is also joy, and part of the reason we made the film with so many chaotic variables, there's so many sort of things in this film that common wisdom is like, don't make a film like this, because it's out of control and you can't plan it and everything goes wrong. And so, children and water and boats and volcanoes and everything that we face is like, you're never going to go out there and like shoot your storyboards. You've got your storyboards, and then 5 minutes into the day, you're throwing them over your head, and you're like, okay, we're just going to ride this momentum and try to capture what we're able to capture. But, and that's sort of maybe the downside of it in terms of like being able to execute in a way that is really efficient. But I think what we got out of it is this tone of like spontaneity, and sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's danger, but it's a sense of like things not being totally under control, and wanting that to be like a very specific texture and tone of the film, and that tone was a lot of times more important than us like necessarily getting the exact vision for what a scene was on any given day.
So you're probably now have to be an expert on working with young kids who have no acting training and getting great performances out of them. How do you do that? What's your priority in working with them? Is it, do you care if the line is exactly how it's supposed to be? Is that not as important? Like, how do you sort of navigate it all?
Yeah, no, I mean, with a script, I think one of the main things is that the script is incredibly adaptable at any given moment. Most of that happens in pre-production. We really spent about 2 years developing the script in collaboration with the kids, and sort of getting to a place where they owned everything that they said, and constantly asking them what they would do in a situation or how they would say something. It's a way of getting them to really own the part, and when you get to set, knowing that they really understand everything they're going to do, and then it allows them to be more free because they really feel they're not like trying to remember something or trying to sort of do something to understand. So, that is a huge part of both the locations and casting for us. We're really trying to find where these sort of iconic, larger-than-life characters exist in the real world. And so, between Peter and Wendy and the twins, like these people really spoke to the spirit of the story, and we knew that we could learn as much from them about their characters as we could teach them. And so that collaboration was really essential. And it's a huge part of sort of being able to get these performances is that, you know, you really empower the kids and you respect them and you know that, you know, they have to be, they're right. You know, they are kids and we're adults. And, you know, I think a lot of the themes of the film came from this of like, you know, I think that a lot of people treat little kids like they're smaller, dumber versions of themselves, you know, and I think that that's like a coping mechanism for adults, you know, because actually children are full of so much more joy, wisdom, you know, their instincts and their emotions are so pure and true, you know, and we have so much to learn from them, and that was always kind of the approach to directing them into adapting the script to them.
Well, congratulations. Amazing film.
Thank you.
Please thank Dan and Ben for being here tonight. And please spread the word about Wendy.